Hello! Today I am going to be looking at some books that I've pulled from my bookshelves that I'm interested in reading in October. I'm not going to be able to read all of them, but there are some that I'm interested in just because they're Halloweenish. This month my book club is reading Horror Store. There we go. Alright, so Horror Store by Grady Hendrix is the first one that we're reading. We're reading it for book club. I've already read this one earlier this year. I really liked it. It's pretty much about a haunted store that's like IKEA. It's literally an IKEA store. And what I really like is the book actually looks like an IKEA catalog. So it's got instructions and pictures. The front of it's like a map of the store. So it was really interesting in that aspect that it was like a catalog as you read through it, so it was really fun. So that one's a really fun one for October. The next one, or the rest of them, I haven't read. These are my TBR for October to see what I can get to this month. So we'll see how many I can actually get through. The first one is Agatha Christie's Halloween Party. I am a huge Hercule Poirot fan, so I really like when her books are about him. So I'm really excited to read this one by Agatha Christie. I've read a couple of her books. I haven't read like a whole bunch of them, but I've probably read like four or five of them. And I always really like them. I keep meaning to read more. So this one seems like a perfect October read. The next one I have is actually a trilogy. So I'm hoping to read the first one, which is The Hollow. This is by Jessica Verde. So it's the Hollow trilogy. So the first one's The Hollow. The second one is The Haunted. And the third one is The Hidden. So my goal is to read the first one in this. I'm really bad about buying like a whole series before I read the first one. This one I had bought the first one and then I had found the other two on sale on Book Outlet, so I couldn't pass that up because they were like ridiculously cheap. So I have these three that I can marathon if I really want to. They take place in Sleepy Hollow. So, which is the whole like freaky title thing for the first one, is they take place in like a place called Sleepy Hollow. So I'm super excited to read these and see where this one goes. So that's that trilogy. The next book I have is ParaNorman. I loved this movie. I loved this movie so much. It was just delightful. I really liked this book when I bought it because this is what it looks like without the dust jacket. It's just beautiful. It's like a beautiful book with or without. The inside's beautiful. So I really liked this book a lot, and I like when the covers are super pretty like this one is. I love when I have pretty covers under my book jackets. It makes me very happy. So this is one that I will probably definitely get to. It's a quick read. It probably won't take me very long. So I will definitely be reading this one. This was on my TBR last October and I didn't get to it, and I still haven't gotten to it. So it's at the top, this one. It's The Coldest Girl in Cold Town by Holly Black. I have heard mixed reviews on this, but I have a couple people that I know that have read it and really liked it. I really loved Holly Black's book, Doll Bones. I loved it. I loved everything about it. Which actually would also be a really good Halloween book, I just thought of. So this one's another interesting one that I've been hearing all sorts of things about all over the internet, good and bad. So I'm really excited to see what I think of it. And I know it has something to do with vampires, so it's a vampire book, so I'm usually always on board for a vampire book. The next one I have is the second one in the Miss Peregrine's Home for Peculiar Children. So it's Hollow City by Ransom Riggs. I know the third one just came out. I don't have that one yet. What I really love about this is that it has all like the creepy old-timey pictures in it. So I really liked the first one, so I'm excited to read the second one and see where that series is going, and then pick up the third one eventually. I think it's called Library of Souls, but I'm really excited. And that one, perfect Halloween read right there. The next two, I only have the first two in this series. Once again, I found them cheap on Book Outlet, which is why I had them, is I'd had my eye on getting them for a while, and then when I saw them pop up, I had to I had to do it. The first one is The Monsterologist by Rick Yancey. I read the first one in his Alfred Krupp series or trilogy, and I really liked that one. And so we have The Monsterologist and then The Curse of the Wendigo, which is the second one in the series. So I have the first two that I can kind of power through and see if I like that series, and see that'll be good for Halloween. So I have a whole bunch of series actually for Halloween. I've got tons to read this month on top of the other books that I want to read. So that is my goal for October, is to read at least the first one in all the series I have, and then a bunch of the standalones, to get some of these off my TBR, since I have accumulated quite the TBR. So that is what I'm reading for October. Let me know what you're reading for October, or any creepy recommendations, because I love book recommendations, down in the comments. Have a great October.